So you only write at night, you don't get the urge during the day to rush upstairs and bang out a few more lines?
From time to time I do.
Yeah.
I tell you something funny. I have a notepad available at all times.
Yeah.
And when certain ideas or words or phrases or conversation topics come to mind, I jot them down.
Yeah.
Because it's easy to lose them.
Yeah.
And then I revisit that during the writing at night.
At night.
Yes, that does happen.
Okay. Now, a book this size, different writers will tell you that there's only one way to write a book. And a book this size, it's very complex. There's a lot of characters, a lot of locations, a lot of history, and the whole thing is just knitted together. It's like a tapestry.
Yes.
Do you sit down at the start of a book and map out what characters you're having, what they're going to do, what your plot points are, or is there an organic thing? Do you start at the beginning and let it roll out?
My books and my characters grow organically.
Right.
I have an outline in mind.
Mm-hmm.
I know where I would like to go with my book and my characters, but it's not rigid.
Okay.
In the writing process, my characters come to life for me. They become real.
Yep.
And I imagine what they would do in the situation and in the scenes that I describe. Mm-hmm. I imagine the conversations, I imagine their behavior and their conduct, and I tailor my storyline accordingly. Okay. It is not mapped out in advance. I think that would be impossible and far too rigid and far too artificial. My characters literally come to life in my mind.
So the people drive the story.
They drive the story. That said,
yeah,
the story must have a plan.
Yeah.
The plot must have structure. It has that, but it's loosely knitted together. It's not rigid.
Yeah.
It's not therefore artificial.
Mm-hmm.
It has the opportunity to unfold and develop as the characters react and respond to the situation that I'm trying to portray and describe.
So if it deviates from the path you're expecting, that's fine.
It deviates all the time.
Deviates all the time.
I find some of the best twists and turns
Yeah.
and some of the best suspense that has come out of this happens in those occasions.
Okay, so if you kill a character off, and you do that from time to time, is that something that you get to a thing you think, oh, this one really needs to go? This would...
It's difficult for me to answer that. At times it just happens.
Yeah.
Because we'll reach a stage in the story where this would be an understandable and expected possibility.
Yeah.
And a realistic one.
Yeah.
So then I go down this dramatic path.
Right.
I do not plan that in advance.
Okay.
It is a situation that will talk to me and I will respond to it. And then I will explore this. How does this work? Is this real? And how will the other characters respond to it? And how will the plot be influenced by this?
Yeah.
It is, again, an organic thing that unfolds during the writing process.
Yeah.
For a book to be real, this has to happen.
It's got to
in
feel
my view.
real.
Correct.
And it's got to be natural, yeah. Well, Gabriel, look, thank you for joining us today. It's been great to hear.
Absolute pleasure, Jenny. I always enjoy talking to you.
Good,
you know.
likewise. Enjoy your research trip to Europe, the European summer. I would be lying if I said I wasn't jealous.
Right.
So enjoy it very much, and we'll look forward to the release of Anna Popov in November this year, November 2014.
Correct.
And hope to see you back here in the hot seat next year, prior to the release of The Hidden Genes of Professor K.
Jenny, it's been a pleasure talking to you as always. Thank you for the opportunity.
Thank you, Gabriel.